This, in fact, was the day before the great conference that we were told so much about in the Western press. We were standing on the Great People's Study House. This is Kim Il-sung Square, overlooking the River Taejong, and over the river, this is it's called the Tower of Juche. It's just a memorial to the particular ideology of the Workers' Party of Korea, which is basically Marxism-Leninism with Korean characteristics, if you like. And in the square, there's a big performance of Ararang that they were working up, and so you can see all of these dots are people, and they're in ranks, and they're young kids, and they're practicing. It was beautiful. I've got some lovely video clips that unfortunately you're not going to see, but it's just as well because I'm taking my time anyway. Okay, that's Sarah and Alex. Alex enjoying it, and that is our delegation standing there. Isn't that a lovely photo?
It is.
And there you go. So that's zooming in a bit, and you can see their ranks of basically kind of teenage school kids, and they were there all week basically practicing. You can imagine how long it takes to file in and file out and fully practice it. It was really beautiful. And Korea as a country, unlike so many other socialist countries around the world, socialist parties around the world, where they're not afraid to own their Marxist-Leninist history, where they're proud of Marx, they're proud of Lenin, they're proud of Engels, they still have pictures of Stalin. They still regard Stalin as a great leader. There is no element of renegacy. The Koreans, when they wanted to develop their independent country and economy during the time of the revisionist Soviet Union, needed tractors, as Zain said. And would the Soviet Union and these countries help them? Really sadly, they wouldn't help them. They kept on saying to them, join Comecon and we'll give you everything. Okay, the Koreans were proud to defend their own independence and develop their own economy. And that's what's really made them strong. And I think that's one of the key lessons we as socialists have to learn from them. One, building unity and struggle. Two, really maintaining independence. Three, having a great love for the people. You know, people talk about Che Guevara as being the person who kept on saying great love for the people, great love for the people. And it's true. And I don't want to set any artificial juxtaposition between one area of our movement where we have success and another. There isn't one. But you know, Korea is a country of 23 million people, and they have a communist party of over 1 million strong. But to be in that party is not an easy thing. You have to show that you have ability, that you work in a sustained way, in a hard working way for great periods of time. That you have to have, you know, actually have a history of involvement and activity. That you give work, that you're able to develop and mobilise people, organise them, win them over. And more than that, you have to show a great love for the people of Korea. And if you look at the Workers' Party of Korea, and actually their relationship to the people of Korea, it is one of great mutual love and respect. And for that reason, the Workers' Party of Korea really is held in great high regard and esteem by the people of their people. And for that reason, they really are unified. And equally, they have learnt the importance of leadership, having seen when certain leaders, I can think of Stalin, when Stalin's leadership was gone from the international working class movement. What a sad loss it was. Not to say that everything would necessarily automatically have been right if we had the right leader in place, but leadership is so important to our movement, and the Workers' Party of Korea have come to value strong leadership. And the party of Kim Il-sung's whole family have been involved in the entire national liberation history. In the process of founding Korea as a modern nation, of course, he is, you know, respected and loved by the people. And the Workers' Party of Korea absolutely have a sound, solid relationship with the people of Korea, and to try and separate them, and to try and separate the leaders from the party and put them as alien forces is precisely the normal tactic of imperialism when it's faced with such unity. It knows that the unity of the Korean people is their strength, and it's what makes them unassailable and impossible to colonize, and a very bad example to the rest of the world. This is us before we're going to meet one of their really great leaders, Cho Tae-bok, who we were very privileged to meet. Who's a member of the Central Committee of the Workers' Party of Korea. These are some books that we gave to the Workers' Party of Korea on our way. This is the Victory Arch. This is us in the hotel. We met with several other delegations. This is in fact a delegation from Mongolia, who we were very friendly with. So it's a goodbye photo. And this is us sadly flying out to the DPRK. We did go briefly to China, where we were able to go to Mao's mausoleum, Tiananmen Square, just very briefly, and to visit our great friends there, the Crooks. But that's really another story. I think what I really want to say is that, you know, people ask me, and actually even when I went to DPRK, because I knew their history, I knew was a great supporter of Korea, I was almost afraid in the weight of the hostile propaganda I'd been exposed to that what I would find was not what I wanted to find. And I'm so overwhelmingly happy to say, to report to you, to tell you that it's better than what I hoped to find. It's a country which has come through. It's a country that's come through untold trials, tremendous hardship, that has forged amazing unity, and that really has maintained, a unity is something to come back to again and again. Comrade Lenin, Stalin made a lovely speech on the death of Lenin, where he said, Comrade Lenin adjured us to guard unity as we guard the apple of our eye, to guard the party as we guard the apple of our eye. And I'd ask you all to read that speech if you've never read it, reread it if you've read it. And I think that's the message I took home about the Workers' Party of Korea, and the way they're able to conduct their business and lead their people forward. It's a message for us that we should be proud of. It's a message that we shouldn't fight shy of telling. There's no reason, as Comrade Zain says, why Korea shouldn't be every bit as the cause célèbre as Cuba is to certain elements of the working class movement. Of course, imperialism fights these countries. Imperialism will paint Saddam Hussein as the devil when Saddam Hussein was their own creation. So imperialism will do whatever it can to demonize those who fight against its current interests. But when they meet someone who not only fights against imperialism, but shows a new way forward, a new system, offers a threat of actually liberating working people, in a time of great renegacy, has taken the flag of communism, held it aloft, kept it alive, and said, no, you can beat imperialism, and you can build a new, brighter socialist future for yourself. Of course imperialism hates it, and for that reason we should love it. We should not fight shy of telling people what we actually find, and we should build our work of solidarity with Korea as we would build our work of building the party and building a liberated working class movement in Britain, and hopefully taking power here. I think there's a lot for us to learn from Korea. I think we have a lot to take from Korea to offer to British working people, and I hope what I could encourage you to do, you don't have to be a member of any party delegation, you can go as a tourist, as a friend, encourage other friends to go as well. Go and see it with your own eyes. There were people from all around the world who went there, who were seeing Korea and seeing it so far from the reality that it just literally opened their eyes. I think if they can lie so much about this peaceful state that just seeks its own independence, what else can they lie about? It really does open people's eyes. I met a guy who was a US veteran of the Korean War, 80-year-old man, recently been to the south of Korea. I asked him about the National Liberation War Museum. He said it was eye-opening. They never told us that at the time, obviously. I was just a dumb young kid, I didn't know what I was doing. But I really respect what North Korea have done. I've been recently to the south of Korea, and now I'm coming to the north, and I can say honestly, he's an American, he's a Yankee, he's from California. He said, I can honestly, the life is better here. There are no beggars here. People live good lives, they're dignified, they're proud of their culture, they live good lives. I'm really impressed and blown away. And he said that to me as someone who'd come and inflicted that pain on the Korean people, not knowing what he was doing as a pawn of imperialism. I would say to you all, please visit the DPRK, spread good words about it. I'm going to end there. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Ranjeet, for that very moving report. My eyes were moist throughout because it's so wonderful to see new life being built in new ways, rather than the dog-eat-dog culture that one has to be constantly surrounded by here. So that was very, very good. And it's good that you had so many slides and pictures, and it gives a far better idea than just speaking. As they say, a picture tells a story that 1,000 words don't, and that's very good. Comrades, as I promised at the beginning of this meeting, we shall have questions or comments. I would only ask you to be brief because it's getting late in the evening, but you can say whatever you want to, and if you want to say something or ask a question, please do so. Comrade over there.